Hello. Sorry, I kind of took my time and didn't say anything until I could get myself set up on the computer. My name is Wendy Keys Turnbull. I just noticed the cat in the window. I thought it was like a little icon or something on my screen, and now I realize it's right behind me in the window. Silly me. As I was saying, I am Wendy Keys Turnbull. I am an independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up! And today we're going to do a little fancy fold cards, some fun fold cards. Hi, Colleen. Haven't seen you here before. Good to see you. I am going to talk about a couple of things that are going on with Stampin' Up! First of all, today is, or this week, the next 2 weeks, it's your last chance to order from the mini catalog. It ends on June 30th, and right now, hi Deb, there are some sales going on in the catalog. I have a posting here that tells you what's on sale. Unfortunately, it seems like the French-speaking things go on sale for 50% off and the English-speaking things don't. So, but anyhow, okay, so couple of other things. I have a card class this weekend, 1 to 4, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, probably only Sunday and Monday because it's summertime and lots of people aren't coming. So I asked the 2 that were coming on Saturday to come on Sunday instead. So I have 4 on Sunday. So, okay. We can talk as we go along, but I did want to mention one thing, but I think I'm going to turn you down to the desk to do that. So hang on just a second while I get you switched here. Let's see, how does that look? Yeah, that looks okay. All right, so first of all, as I said, the mini catalog ends on June 30th, and there are some sale items in it right now. This is my monthly workshop information for anybody who's local and who would like to come and attend and make 4 cards and a project, or 5 cards, the 5th one being learning a technique, which is what we're doing this month. So the cost for the class is $20, or if you purchase $25 worth of product from any of the catalogs, then you get to attend the class for free. I can make to-go kits, so hi Annette. If you are interested in getting a kit, it's the same cost, and I make the to-go kits, and then you just have to assemble them, maybe use a few of your own items, that sort of thing. So I also enter you into a monthly raffle. I also do a raffle for anybody who watches the Facebook Live, so you will be entered to that as well after today. Tomorrow night at 7 o'clock, I'll draw a name and send something to somebody. Okay. Today's host code, AZYCZ6RE, is good through Monday, and then I'll do a new host code. Okay, before we get started, and as I said in my little post, I'm not really prepared because I didn't get to this till a couple of hours ago, so I know what I'm doing, but I don't have everything set up to make it go easily. So we'll see what happens. But I did want to tell you about this. This is the magnetic plate for the Stampin' Up! Die cutting and embossing machine. And they have taken this off the market again. And this is why. Hi, Charlotte. Nice to see you. They have found that it's not up to Stampin' Up! Standards. You'll see that it's separating. I can still use it, but it's going to eventually fall apart. If you ordered one of these, you will get it, but you will also get a refund of your money. Everybody who has ordered one of these, purchased one of these, is going to get refunded because Stampin' Up! Is not pleased with the quality. So they've pulled this off the market, and they have discontinued working on the one for the mini machine. So you won't be able to buy that. It is in the catalog, but when you try to put it in to order it, it doesn't work. So just wanted to let you know that. So if you have one, if you bought one, you are going to be getting a refund. You're welcome to keep it, keep using it until it's no longer usable. I'm actually going to talk to my husband about maybe using some kind of epoxy in there that will put it back together. But it still works. I used it. I'm going to use it today. You'll see. So, okay, what else did I want to tell you about? My trip to Alaska was amazing. If you haven't, yes, I agree in that. And actually what they said was to use washi tape or Post-it notes to keep your things in place. But it's still, it's not the same as being able to use it magnetically. But, oh well, it is what it is, and I appreciate that they have these high quality standards, and they don't let things go by that aren't up to their standards. So, all right, let me just fix something here. I've got, oops, got to get this cord out of the way so it's not. Oh well, it's just gonna have to stay that way. And I noticed that I'm slanting a little, and I can't seem to make. See, I told you I'm not prepared. That's a little better. It's going to come right back down again, isn't it? Why is that like that? Okay, hang on. I'm going to shake you a little bit here. See if I can do this without messing things up. Oh well. All right, that's going to have to do. Okay, so today we're going to work on some fun fold cards. Or pop-up cards, I'm sorry. They're going to be pop-ups inside, so you send a surprise. And I'm going to start, I have two fully prepped, well, I have two prepped with notes, and I have one that's not even started, and I'm going to go ahead and start with that one, I think. So, we're going to make a card using the color and contour set, and then I really like this saying, and it's going to work really well inside of this card. So we're going to use the Life is Better with Friends Like You from the Flowers of Friendship stamp set. Okay, so first of all, my base is Pool Party, 8.5 by 5.5. And then we have to have something inside to pop up. So that's the wrong one. This one is 8.25 by 5.25. This is scored at 5.25. This is scored at 5 1/8, although I didn't score it hard enough, so I'm going to do that now. 4 1/8. Make sure you're using your scoring thing and not your cutting thing. That would be very bad. Okay. Now, this card is going to be like this. And we're gonna start on the inside. So I'm going to cut a piece. I'm going to pop something. Let me see here. Let me just get these out. Okay. I am going to use this. Oops, upside down. Hi, Shirley. Good to see you here too. All right, now, what is this going to fit in best? These are my samples of the dies that go with this. So I haven't put them in a notebook yet. So I think that's probably going to be my best bet. Or, nope, actually, maybe this one. No, I think that's too close. So we're going to go ahead and use that one. So that is this one. Yep. That's going to be the best thing I can use. Okay. So, let me get my bone folder here. Make sure this is creased well. Okay. This is going to end up, and I'm not going to use this one, but this is going to end up on here. So I want to make my pop thing that I'm going to pop it on slightly smaller than that. So put it in here. And I am going to go, I think, about an inch. Let me do it this way so I can see what I think. Yeah, about 1 3/4 inches. I'm going to cut. Oops. So I'm going to cut, but I'm only going to cut down 1 inch. And if you look here, see if I can get it up to you. There's an inch mark there. And then there's a little nib there. I'm going to stop it here at the inch mark. All right. And then I'm going to flip it over and do the same thing on the other side. What did I do? I don't remember. 1 1/4 inches. Okay. And again, I'm going to go down 1 inch and back. Okay. Now, I want to be able to fold these. So I am going to put this at 1 inch, and I'm only going to score between the 2 lines that I just cut. So I started at 1 1/4 inches, and I'm going to go to 4. There we go. Now I'm going to flip it over and do the same thing on the other side. And 1 inch. All of a sudden I couldn't figure out where I was. All right. Here we go. Okay. Then I'm going to go ahead and fold this, score it, fold it the other way, score it. Okay. Set this aside for a few minutes, maybe for longer. So this is going to be our pop-up piece. So I'm going to flip it to the inside. Okay. Then there we go. So this is going to go in here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to center it top and bottom. It's got to be able to close. I don't recommend putting tape or glue on both sides. I'm going to use glue because I don't want this to come apart when people open it and close it. So I'm going to do just one side first, and I'm going to be careful not to get too much glue, which I did. Oh, it's really bubbling out. Okay. There we go. And of course, you want to make sure that your popped part is inside because you don't want to get glue on that. All right, and then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to line it up in here. And the reason I like to use glue, as I've said before, is because then you have some wiggle room to work with so that you can make sure you get it centered the way you want it. So there we go. So now I'm going to go ahead, wipe my hands off on each other to get the glue off. I'm going to go ahead and put glue on this side. All right, there we go. Close that up, rub it around. There we go. Uh-oh, that's a little tight. Hang on. Okay, there we go. All right, so now it's going to be easiest to decorate this with it open before we do the other side. So this is the part I haven't planned yet. I don't know what I want to do inside here. So I'm just going to go ahead and play a little bit. I'm going to use some flowers. And I'm going to grab, I knew I forgot something. I forgot to grab my pool party and petal pink. Yes, petal pink. Okay. And I'm just going to go ahead and put some flowers in here in different places. Whoops, I smeared that one a little bit. That's okay. I'm going to leave a little spot here, though, because I want to be able to write a note to whomever I give this to. And if I hadn't already put that on, I could do an edge one, too. That didn't come out too bad. Do another one over here. Okay. And then, because I want to keep this simple with just a couple of colors. Hang on. Let's see here. Okay, so Bev is here, and Annette, Charlotte, Deb, Shirley. Remember to tell me if you're on, just say hi or whatever so that I add you to the raffle to win a small prize. Just something little, just to say thank you for watching. Okay, and then I'm going to take, you know, there was another flower there I could have used too. Oh, well. Okay, I'm just going to do some leaves around it with Pool Party. Just here and there and everywhere. So quiet here still. My husband is still in Alaska for another week and a half or so. Well, actually, he's only in Alaska for until Thursday, and then he's going to head home, but it's going to take him a while to get home. So, okay, so that's my inside. I'm going to leave that. As I said, I'm going to leave this open so that I can write a note there if I want to. But in the meantime, Where did the flower go? Oh, I already put it away, so I must have cleaned it. Okay. I think I'll leave that open. So in the meantime, I'm going to take, all right, what color do I want to put in here? I want to put pink. You know, that's going to be too big. I guess I'm just going to do it this way. All right, let me get a smaller piece of pink. There's no sense using up something like that. That just fits. Okay. You know what? I just thought of something. I think I want to do that. I actually want to do that cream and put, or in very vanilla, and put a pink background on it. Okay. Okay, and as I said, I'm going to go ahead and use this magnetic plate, even though it's coming apart. And you know, it's funny because it wasn't coming apart the last time I used it. When I left it, it was fine. And then I saw the notice yesterday online about, or today online, about them discontinuing selling it. And when I went to pull it out to use it, it was like that. So yeah, it happens. Woo! Oh well, I didn't need that anyhow. Set this back here. I think what I might do is I might roll it into my machine and leave it there with the other piece, with the base plate pressed on it, and maybe that'll press it back into where it should be. Okay, so now what I want to do, because I want this to be slightly larger than this, I'm just going to go ahead and I am going to slice this down. Might actually be easier if I put it on there. Yeah, I think I will. I'm going to go ahead, use my Stamp and Seal Plus. Good enough. Hi, Gina. Okay, I'm going to put this on here like so. And then we're going to go ahead, trim it. Hopefully that will be just right. If it isn't, oh well. No, that's pretty good. Okay. And we are going to stamp this on here using this. Life is better with friends like you. There we go. And let's see. What else have we got here? We've got these little, let me put these on. Why not? Okay. I'm going to go ahead and do them in pink though. Let's put one up here, and we'll put one down here. There we go. Okay. That, whoops, I just knocked over some stuff. No big deal. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put that away over there. This way so I don't lose it. Oh, this has to go, yeah, this goes in there. Whoops. I actually need this. Okay, so let me clean that off. Okay, that's actually the one that I can put away because I don't need anything else from in there. Okay, so this is going to go on here so that when it opens up, you'll see that. So we don't want it to have tape all over it. So we just want This is a trick that I learned from, I think I learned this from Connie Stewart. We're gonna do it, turn it over like this. And now I have this center line to judge. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna run some tape here. Then I'm just gonna flip it back over. And I'm gonna put it right here. And hopefully I got my tape right. Yes, I did. Close it up like that. There. So now when you open it, ta-da, life is better with friends like you. And then there's a nice place to leave a little friendly note. Okay, so let's decorate the outside. So we're going to use the bigger one. I'm going to use pink, that, and cream this. Actually, you know what? Let me think about this for a second. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. I think so. It's just that I'm going to cut out a flower, so that's why I was trying to decide. All right, so we're going to use one side of this. We're going to cut that out. On the other side, we're going to do... I'm going to rattle a lot to make a lot of noise. Okay. I'm going to do this. We're going to do this in Pool Party. And I got it all over the block, but that's okay. Pool Party. There we go. Close the block off. Then we're going to fill it in with Petal Pink. See if I can get this right. So this must go just like that. So it's not supposed to fit exactly in there. I just want it to be on there. Okay, it's just like a blotch of color. Okay, and like I said, I basically just want it to be in the little blossom there, but I do want it to be on the other flowers. There we go. Okay. Put that back. All right, so we're going to cut that out, and we're going to cut this out. We're going to cut this out. Bring her back up here. So this is what I'm going to suggest you guys do if you have one of these plates in order to keep it from going bad. I'm going to suggest that you store it like this. So the plate is there with the cutting side against the base plate, and then just roll it in there and leave it there. But so that's what I'm going to suggest you do if you have that. I am going to go ahead and cut though. I want to fit both on here, so I'm going to go ahead and put this here, move it over a little so you guys can see. Line up my die with my flower, which is not easy. All right, I think, wow, I don't know. Doesn't seem right. Am I, okay, no. Huh, okay guys, oh, you know what? I'll bet you I bent this the wrong way because the bottom isn't fitting. So I'm just going to cut it like this and draw in the stem at the bottom with a marker. Wow, it was really out of shape there. Okay, and the other, this one, go here. Get in there. There we go. I love those noises. I know it's cutting. All right, and how bad is that? Well, it isn't great, but it will do. I'll grab my marker and fill in that down there in a minute. All right, let's just get this other one cut out. I told everybody at my classes last month to move around on the base so it didn't destroy, and everybody did a great job. The base is well used. It's not overly used in any one spot, so I was pleased about that. And we will continue to use them at my card class until it's just unusable, because I really like it. It's too bad that they haven't been able to find a good quality solution. Okay. I'll clean that off later. All right, so these can go back in here. That one, and this one, and this one. Hi, Cheryl. Cheryl stayed at my house while I was in Alaska. She did a good job of taking care of the poor dog, poor old lady. Okay, one thing I do want to do here. So, move that out of the way. I am going to take this little dot thing, and I want to put some pink and blue dots in the background. Just kind of here and there and everywhere. And blue. Oh, let's see. I have a feeling my pool party needs to be re-inked. Okay, that's good. I like that. Now I just have to figure out what I'm going to say on this. So on the inside it says, life is better with friends like you. So I could say, you're absolutely amazing. Or thank you for everything. Either one of them would work. I think I'll do thank you for everything. So this is going to go on this, and this is going to go on here, probably popped up with thank you for everything. I'm not going to fix that because thank you for everything's going down there. So let's go ahead and assemble. Okay, there we go. And I'm just going to do 3 lines across on this one. Crooked lines at that. That's going here. All right. And, whew, kind of thick. Might cost a little bit extra to send this one in the mail. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put this on with dimensionals. And actually, if I was smart, I would edge this to make it stand up from there more. I would edge it probably in Pool Party, but not that I'm not smart, but I'm lazy today, so I'm not going to do that. I'm going to use little bitty ones. I want to put, there's a half a one, so I'm going to put that here. And I'm going to put this one here. All right, and one more on the little bud up there because I don't want it to get torn off. All right, and pull them off. I found the person who does this online. Her name is Lisa, and she is part of, what is her site? I'll have to tell you when I get to the last card. Okay, so this is gonna go in here like so. Kind of feminine, huh? And I am going to use Petal Pink. Petal Pink. And I'm going to use Pool Party ink. And I'm going to put it right in the middle here. Yeah, it does need to be re-inked, but it'll do for now. Okay. So these are the scalloped contour dies, and they go with the color and contour stamp set. I always keep them in there with them. All right, back to my trusty dusty trimmer. Let's see, what will this be? It's probably 1.5. Yeah. All right. And then scissors are buried under here somewhere. Oh, there's the cap for the scissors. Clutter desk. Get that all the way. Well, I guess I'm gonna have to use my stickum scissors, which I don't like to use, but I don't know where the other ones went. All right, so dovetailing. A cut down the middle. A cut from corner to point. A cut from other corner to point. There we go. Same thing on the other side. This is a kind of a deep dovetail. Okay. Quarter to point. Other quarter to point. There we go. This one is definitely going to be edged. Just like this. I can probably even get into those a little bit. Yes, I can. Okay. Didn't do such a great job on that edge. Oh well. And this is going to go right here. I'm not thrilled with that. I'm going to do something different because I don't like that. We're going to do this instead. And it's probably not going to be even, but run away. Hey, I remember this song from when I lived in North Dakota in 1978. All right, that's not great either, but I don't want to cut it down anymore. So it's going to be like that. I may change this later. I may put a different banner on it, but for now, we're just going to do this. Don't try this at home. Okay, so that I do not love it, but it will do. Hi, Vicki. Didn't get to walk today, did we? Too much rain. Hopefully another day. All right, I'm going to put it so it's there. So we have thank you for everything. I should have put that up a little higher. And then life is better with a friend like you. So there you have it. So there's our first pop-up card. And that'll be the one that takes the longest because that's the one that I hadn't prepped anything on. Now, let's move on to the next one. So this is a portrait fold, obviously, with a vertical message. The next one we will do This is going to be like a congratulations on your engagement kind of card or something like that. All right, let me get these out of the way. There we go. All right, so this is going to be a landscape top fold card, and I'm using Granny Apple Green and Melon Mambo ink. And I'm using the Heart Punch Pack. And I'm using Happy and Heartfelt and Butterfly Brilliance. Butterfly Brilliance, I'm not stamping. I just used I used the Brilliant Wings dies. That's all I used out of there. All right. So I also used Hues of Happiness Designer Series paper. This paper is gorgeous. Unfortunately, it's temporarily not available, but it'll be back. It's just that it's so popular. Just came out in the new catalog and everybody wants it. So, all right, let me just put that over there. Oops, nope, first I gotta get my butterflies out. Okay, so I went ahead, I pre-punched some things. My butterflies to save time. Okay, so this is a little different because we're using Designer Series paper to pop. So we are going to have to decide which color I want on the top and which color I want on the bottom. I'm going to put the reddish color on the bottom. So again, this is 8.5 by 5.5. And this is, actually, Shirley, I posted pictures from Alaska on my personal account, but I will throw some on here for you to see. I'll transfer a couple of videos over. It was amazing, absolutely gorgeous. Okay, so this is 8.5 by 5.5. This is 8.25 by 5.25. This has been creased at 4.25, and this one needs to be done at 4 1/8. 4 1/8. And remember, we're not cutting. We are, I already forgot the word because words are escaping me lately, but you guys know what I'm talking about. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna do this. Now you'll notice that I used one side of the paper to make the butterflies and I'm using the other side for the inside. So, okay, so this one is going to have a heart on the inside of it. Like so. So I'm going to go down, yep, about 1 inch again, but I'm going to keep them much closer together. So I am going to go, let's say, 3 inch, that's almost halfway though. Let's go 3 1/4 inch. And I'm going to, oh, you know what? I got to flip this over. So I have to use the 1 inch thing here. Okay, so let me just see here. So actually, grab my, I want to be in, I do just want really a small one. I'm going to go in 2 1/4. I'm going to go in 2. This is not going to, let me think about this for a second, guys. All right, if this is down 1 inch, well, it doesn't matter if that shows actually. So, okay, I'm going to go down 1 inch, but I'm going to go in 2. Oh, got to get that down there now, don't I? And I'm going to go down 1 inch. I could go down less or more. I think 1 inch is going to be safest in this instance. And then I'm going to turn it over and I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. I'm going to do 2 and go down 1 inch. Okay. Then technically I'm supposed to use this to do these lines, but you know what? This is such a little one. I can just do it with my fingers. All right. All right, and actually, that's how I want it. Yes, so like that. Okay, so we're gonna put this inside my card, which is here somewhere. There it is. All right, I decided to use black as the outside because these butterflies are really going to show up on there. So, all right, first I'm going to put this in, and remember we're just going to do one side at a time. So I'm going to put some glue on here. They're playing Wildfire on my Pandora 70s channel, so I haven't heard that one in a long time. All right, and this goes here, and we want to line it up. Let's see, that looks good. Okay. All right. Close her up, rub her down. There we go. Okay, let's go ahead and do the inside. So what I decided was a green scallop with a, that's granny apple green, with a mango melody, no, with a melon mambo heart, straight heart, and we're going to use granny apple green ink, and we are going to use, where did they go? There they are, still in there. So the outside is going to say heck yeah, and the inside is going to say yay for love. I'm going to do yay for love in granny apple green on the melon mambo. Oops, and so this is the problem. I just re-inked this ink pad, and I can't turn it over because I already did that on the other side. So I'm going to go ahead and punch another one. Okay, let's do this again. Let's make sure we don't get quite so much ink on it this time. Oh, that's the wrong one. I almost put the wrong one on the outside, on the inside. Okay. Yay for love. That's better. All right. Huh. Got ink all over my Band-Aid. The air was so dry in Alaska that my skin just started peeling off my thumb. And it's very uncomfortable right now. I think it might be infected, but I'm not sure. I'm just keeping it covered. Okay. Yay for love. Goes on here. Then it's going to go on here like this. And I want it, the tip to be there. And I want it to only go. All right. So I'm going to show you here. I'm just going to, it's not really even. There we go. I'm just going to take a pencil and draw, oops, try to keep it straight, Wendy. Draw a little line there so I know not to let the ink or glue or tape, and I'm going to use glue, go up any higher than that. So I'm just going to do this right there. I don't want too much because I don't want it to ooze out the side and stick the card permanently closed. So this is going to go here. And I'm going to check and make sure there's no glue sticking out. There is not. There we go. Okay, so it's going to say yay for love when you open it up. Now, there's no place to write anything. So I am going to cut out of white, out of basic white. Let me grab a piece. I know I have one here somewhere, but I can't find it right now. So I'm going to cut a straight heart out of the basic white. There we go. And I'm going to cut a scalloped heart out of the Melon Mambo. Doesn't leave me a lot of space to write, but it's good enough, I think, just to write something nice about their congratulations or whatever. Okay. All right, so that's going there. Again, you got glue, so you have time to move it around till it's right where you want it. And then I'm going to glue it to the inside as well. And I'm going to put it right below that one. There we go. So that's the inside. I like that. Now to do the outside. Okay, so I said I used black because I wanted to just put these on here like so. And I'm just going to glue them on any old place. There's a little one, we'll go that way. Little one to go that way. Okay, I kind of like that. So, these, all right, first thing I'm going to do, well, actually, it looks like it's going to stay okay. All right, I don't want to glue the whole thing down. I'm just going to glue their bodies down and flip their wings up a little bit, give it a little of a 3D look. So I'm just going to put a little bit of glue down the middle, but I am going to also do the antennae because I don't want them to get ripped off. So, okay, you can put that one right there. I'm just going to let it dry there. Next, gonna have to get a new bottle pretty soon. Okay, whoops. And this one. Goes up here. Yeah, we'll go this way. Whoops. Oh, well. All right. Part of his wing's going to have to get cut off. And oh dear, that's not good. Way too much glue on that. That's going to make a mess. I'll fix that in a bit. All right, let's try to do better with the glue. I did try. I want you guys to know that I was thinking about you on Tuesday at 3 o'clock Alaska. It was 7 o'clock here. It was 3 o'clock there. I did think about you guys, and I did try to go online. Unfortunately, we were in the absolute middle of nowhere, and there was absolutely no reception, so I could not get on at all. I was really disappointed because I really wanted to talk to you guys from Alaska, but just wasn't meant to be. All right. So it's the only one I don't still have glued on. Try to use a little less glue. Okay, I'm just going to let that dry for a couple of minutes while I do the banner to go across it. All right, so the banner I'm going to do on Granny Apple Green. And I'm going to use Melon Mambo ink. So in here I did Granny Apple Green ink on Melon Mambo. Out here I'm going to do Melon Mambo ink on Granny Apple Green. Heck yeah. I'm going to put it here. Heck yeah. Okay, let me cut this down. We're going to go with 3/4 of an inch. It looks like it's time to replace my blade on my cutter or clean out the groove. Probably clean out the groove would help. And I have to decide what size I want this to be because I don't want it to cover up. Let's see here. Do I want to do that? Do I want to do this, if I did that, I would just do a little bitty one. Could just do a little bitty spot in there too. I could even do it at an angle. Could do it here on the corner. That might be cute. Here on this corner. Yeah, it's a great shade of green, Cheryl. Nice and bright. I could probably fold these up a bit now. All right, even this one I can probably fold up now. Let me get my take your pick tool to get underneath that other one. There we go. And here, and here, and here, and here. There. So obviously these are going to flatten back down when they get into an envelope, but, well, this one's not going to be fun to fold up. Don't want to rip it. Okay. Once that's dry, I'll be able to powder it. So that's what I do. I will powder it, and then it won't be sticky anymore, so it won't ruin anything. All right, and I'm just going to, sure do wish I could find my paper snips. I know they're here somewhere. Uh-oh, don't drop those. Well, oh, there they are. They fell into my bucket. Okay, I'm going to trim this off because he flew off the picture. There we go. All right, so he can still go up. All right, so we are going to put this, I think we're going to put it right there in the middle. So I'm going to go ahead and cut it off evenly. There we go. Oh. Okay, and I am going to pop it. It needs to be popped. And this one to me needs a little bling. There we go. Your little wing has to be under there, up above there. There we go. Okay, so I have one here. Okay, I have some of the new, I have some new things from the new catalog. I have the flower trinkets and I have the fun flowers. So I think I'm going to use a couple of each. Well, maybe not a couple of each, because you know me, I like to do odds. I like to do odd numbers. So I'm going to use, we'll do a little green one up here. We'll do a little yellow one over here. Maybe I won't use the gold ones. Maybe I'll just use these. I'll do a big purple one down here. And I should do it up here. And we'll do a big red one too, even though there's none on there like that. Nothing on there like that. But see, that's only 4 and it looks wrong to me. I have to do a 5th one. So we're going to do a big yellow one right smack in the middle here. There. So now it says, heck yeah, yay for love. So this is kind of like congratulations on your engagement card, or even a wedding card for somebody if you're not looking to go real fancy and formal. I would use this for a wedding card. That's just me. Okay, put these back. Put these out of the way. I don't know where the envelope, right there. One more card to make. I've been on for almost an hour. And the last one is a little bit different than these two. So let me just put all of these pieces away so I can get the last one's stuff out. Get it out of the way. Got lots of scraps to pick up when I'm all done. Okay, for the last card, I went with The trusty dusty Hello Ladybug. I just keep coming back to this thing. I don't know. Put this in here, move that over here. Whoops, watch me step on that. Hang on. Better not leave that there. Okay. So this last one is going to be, where did I put the other one I did? Don't mind me talking to myself. Pretty typical. Trying to find the card, first card I made, so I have them all together. I put it back in here. Oh well, I'll find it later. Okay. Oh, there it is. Silly me. Okay, let me put those aside. Okay, so for the last card I'm using Sweet Sorbet, So Saffron. This is soft seafoam. Boy, does that get faded. I usually write on them with a marker so that I can read them. I'll do that later. So anyhow, Sweet Sorbet, So Saffron, and Soft Seafoam. And I am using the Hello Ladybug stamp set, the Ladybug Builder Punch. Made myself notes, scribbled little notes. Okay. Oops. Everything just tipped over. That's okay. Oh, it's okay. It was only paper. But it's paper that I need. So, and a couple of stamps that I need. Okay. So let's see how quickly we can get through this one for you guys. Okay, so I decided I wanted to use muted colors, pastels. So the card base, again, is 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. Pretty typical size and shape. And let me get this out of the way. Out of my way. And then for the inside, I'm just using a solid white. And again, this one will be 8 1/4 by 5 1/4 by 8 1/4. And then that will be scored. Hey, the word came back. Scored at 4 1/8. Sometimes I lose them for a little while. Scares me since my mother died of Alzheimer's, but I won't let it get me. Okay. Now this is different because we are doing a V pop-up instead of a rectangle pop-up. So what we're going to do is I made myself a little template here, the V fold template. It's a square that's 3 1/2 by 2 3/4, and then you just put it tip to tip and cut it. So I am going to put this here, and I want to get it lined up as perfectly as possible so everything's not all screwed up. And then I'm going to take my pencil again. Sorry, I'm left-handed. I'm doing this right in front of you, right over you, or right over what I'm doing so you can't see what I'm doing. All right, so again, I want it to be as perfect as I can. Okay, and then I'm just going to draw a line. There, got my line. You can see there. So now I'm going to grab this, and I am going to line this up in the groove, and I'm going to score it. And then I can see the score line over here, so I can line it up again and score it the other way. All right. And then we're going to go ahead and we're going to pop our score line out, which is never an easy thing to do in situations like this, but okay. And then that side. All right, so a little tip that I learned from Lisa. Okay, so somewhere in here I have the notes on who I got this from. Oh, it's Lisa's Stamping Studio. The tip that she said was when you're scoring this, because we want this, I lost my bone folder again, I'll use this one. We want this to be nice and sharp, but don't score it too strongly down here because that can weaken the paper and make it rip. We don't want it to rip. So this is going inside like so. But before we do that, I'm going to decorate this. So what I decided I wanted to do on the inside of this is I want to use the soft sea foam. And I want to use the leaf stamp. I think my soft sea foam probably needs to be re-inked. We'll see here. Oh, not too bad. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to just put leaves all over the place here. I want one up here, definitely. There. Whoa. See if I can line that up better. Okay. See how it didn't stamp there, and I want that stamped there. So I'm going to try and get this lined up. I think that's right. There we go. All right, and one more going off the other edge, like this. Okay, so I have room to write a message down here. So that's all I need there. Okay, so now make sure that's dry. Oh, I just noticed that there was one more that I wanted to do. I'm not going to. I was going to put a little part of a leaf down here too, but I'm not going to bother. Okay, so now this is going to go inside this, like so. So we're going to go ahead. I think I can use tape on this. The other suggestion she had was tear and tape. I think I'll go ahead and do that. Use my tear and tape. If I can find a roll of it. Oh, I know where it is. I can't use my tear and tape because it's in, a whole bunch of it is in, I'll show you in a few minutes what our cards are for this weekend. And one of the tear and tape is in one of those folders. So I'm just going to use a lot of this because I really don't want this to fall out. I don't want it to disconnect itself in any way, shape, or form. So I'm going to use a lot of tape in here. There. Now, the problem with using the tape is I can only set it once. Once I've got it set, I can't move it. So I've got to make doubly sure that I've got this where I want it. So it's got to be a little bit away from the edge so that there's room for it to fold. That looks pretty good, actually. Okay. Yep, that works. Okay. I am going to use... No, I'll use the tape again. No, I'm going to use the glue. It just works better. All right. See, I have ink on my fingers. Get off of there. Okay. Good enough. It's not very even, is it? I didn't fold that card base very well. Oh, well. It's a Wendy original. Okay, so there we have our V-fold on the inside. So let's go ahead and work on our ladybug. Oh, I didn't get those parts out. Sorry about that. Okay. So we have the body. We've got, let me see here. All right. So what I'm going to do here, well, I'm going to have to do them separate because for some reason my template, I always have a, wait a minute, maybe it's here. Nope, that's the sailboat one. Let's see if it's up here. I have a template that I make for all of my, here, no, that's the bird. Well, I can show you what I mean. Well, I can't because all of those are out too. Oh, well, I have a template. I punch a template and then I can line up my stamps so that they'll work. But that's okay. I'll just do it one at a time. I did not get a black. Oh, yes, I did. A black ink. Here we go. So I'm using Memento Tuxedo Black, making sure that the whole guy gets inked up. But oh, this one doesn't have eyes, so it doesn't matter. All right. So if I'm going to put it in that way, yeah, it's going to have to go like this. Trying to make sure that I get it stamped. I'm not thrilled with that. Didn't really get black enough, but for now that'll do. Punch her out. Trying to get her well centered so there's an equal amount of white all the way around the body. Close enough. There we go. Now the wings. So we typically think of ladybugs as having black bodies with red shells. So I'm going to go ahead and do the wings in red. Actually, you know what? I'm going to, not on that one, I'm going to punch them out of red and put the black upside down. Let's see what I've got here. I don't want to use a great big piece. See if I've got any scraps in my reds. Yes, I do. That's the right color. Yes, it is. Okay. All right. So instead of stamping them, I am going to put this stamp away, and I am going to get, well, I would put that stamp away. Okay. I'm losing it. There it is. Okay. And I'm going to get the polka dots, the dots out. We're going to just use the red paper with the black dots. Have to be on this one. This would be easy. I want it to be like this, I believe. Okay. And then we're just going to line those up inside of the wings. Cut a pair out. There we go. All right. Thank you, Dad. I love coming up with ideas like this. Okay, so we're going to put our little ladybug together. So we're going to... Now, I could have just punched that out of black paper, and then I wouldn't have to worry about inking it up and getting it dark enough. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put the wings on with glue, but then I'm going to pop the whole ladybug off of the inside, I think. I might change my mind. We'll see. And I'm not sure how far the body goes on the wings. Whoops, that was good. There we go. Then I want you. Yes, I did good. Okay, let me try and get this out of here. Don't want to be too sticky. Let me just, hang on just a second. I just don't want anything to stick to it, so I'm going to go ahead and use an embossing buddy to get the stickiness off of that. Okay, now, so that's going on the inside of the card, and she's going to pop up right there on the leaf. I think I'll put her in the middle of the leaf. So, and do I want to pop her? Yeah, I'm going to pop her. We'll see how it works. I could have used vellum for the wings, and then I could have made the wings like, I could have put an extra layer of vellum on it, and I could have made the wings like pop up too, but I'm just going to do this. I'm going to put her there. There we go. So there we go. And then you have places to write on the inside, and on the outside, I am putting, I'm going to mat it. So there's going to be two pieces here. We're going to put this one on here first. Whoops, that didn't do very well, did it? I think this is the, I've done a lot of cards in the Ladybug. This is a really cute stamp set and punch. And each one I do is a little bit different than the one I did before it, so. Whoa, that is really bad. Oh, well, it's a little, you know what that is? The problem is how off the card is, that's why. Okay, that's okay. We're going to take this one and we're going to do this ladybug, and hopefully I don't get too much ink in her smiling face. I'm going to do a couple of little ladybugs scooting across the card. Ah! All right. I'm going to try that again. If not, I'll flip it over, but I'm going to try and line it up again first. See if I can do it. Whoops. Excuse me if my head is in the way. Ah, not too bad. It's a little off. I'm going to flip it over just because I'm kind of picky. Okay, one here. And one here. They're following, one's following the other. You can tell this has been used a lot. Then we take our red and we do the body. It's a little bit off. It's got character. Of course, that one's perfect. So now this one looks super imperfect. Oh, well. It'll do. It's getting to be the end of the night. Can't do perfection anymore. Okay, now, according to my little drawing that I made for myself, I want a flower in the top right corner and a flower in the bottom left corner. And my flowers will be So Saffron with a sweet sorbet center. It is better if you're stamping with the poly, whatever they are, stamps, to stamp on a pad. They seem to give a better impression if you do that. Okay, that came out well. Then the center in sweet sorbet. And it doesn't really fit in any specific way. So, I mean, it might, but I haven't figured it out. So that's good enough. I like that. And then the final thing is to stamp Hello, My Friend in the bottom corner. I was actually thinking about putting Hello, My Friends lightly in the background over the whole thing. And it might not be a bad idea. I can see somehow I'm getting red ink on everything. Oh, well. Okay. So that is that. Red does not come off. Once you've used red a few times, you're stuck with red stamps. That's okay. Doesn't hurt the impression or anything. All right, so I'm just going to put this on here. Yep. Oh, well. Got a little close to the edge with that one. Just got to roll it back. Slide this into place, line it up. Bad, bad Leroy Brown. All righty. So, hello, my friend. And then just a room to write a note. The other things you could put on here are may your greatest wishes come true. It's a good day, or you can bug me anytime. And I could add some of these little flowers. I think I will. In the corner, other corner. Do those in red, maybe with some yellow ones next to it. Just take this one here. Could actually do some green too, but all right, so we're gonna put this in this corner like here. Oh, darn you, flower. That probably didn't get inked up really well. And then you know what? Then I'm going to put these. I'm going to put yellow centers over the red flowers, the little red flowers. think small ones. Yes. And these are the 2123 in color opal rounds. So this, I guess that's supposed to be pale papaya. So there you have it. Hello, my friend. And then whatever you want to write on the inside for that one. And then here are the other two that we did tonight. Heck yeah, yay for love, and thank you for everything. Life is better with a friend like you. So there's those three. Now, before I go, I want to show you the cards that we'll be doing this weekend. And as I said at the beginning of the video, if you are interested, I do to-go kits too, so you can always get a to-go kit. It's the same price. It's $25 order from the catalog under the host code. You have to make sure that you put the order on the host code, because if it doesn't go on my host code, it doesn't count towards my party, my order, and so it doesn't give me any benefit. So it's harder for me to give you a free class. I need you to put it on the host code to give you a free class. So okay, a little bird told me you've got something to celebrate. This is the Sweet Songbirds set. Oh, that does not belong on there. There we go. It's your special day. So this could be birthday. It could be anniversary. It could be really anything. So that's one. Happy birthday. And then just whatever you want to put inside. I didn't have, this particular one didn't have things. There's the little butterflies I was looking for to put on the other one, but then I changed my mind. Okay. Then there's this one, Beyond Grateful. And this is using the new Pretty Pop-Up dies. And also the new, I can't remember what this is, but it's the dies, the words, the sentiments that come with their own dies to cut them out. And thank you. So I thought that was a really pretty card. And then this one, Hope Anchors the Soul. And that's the Sailboat Builder punch. And then this is the new decorative circle punch underneath it. You are in my prayers. So the nice sympathy card or thoughtful card. This is the technique card that we're doing this month. So this is embossing on tear and tape. So I'm anxious because I'm going to have those who are attending the class put their tear and tape on however they want, do whatever they want with it. I just thought this was a really nice masculine birthday card. Hope each moment of your day is as special as you are. But I just thought this was really elegant. And this is, I think, the brushed metallic gems or something like that. So this weekend, when people come to take my class, they will be using tear and tape, putting it on the card however they want, peeling one layer of protection off at a time, and using the gold, the silver, and the bronze embossing powder to emboss over that tape. And it just comes out really elegant, really pretty. So those are the cards we'll be making this month. Again, if anybody is interested, just let me know. $20, and I have Venmo and PayPal, or a $25 order from any catalog using the host code. Host code. Daisy, I will be with you in a minute, honey. Yeah, my dog is bothering me. Host code, I don't remember. I said it at the beginning, and it's also posted, and I will post a link here when I'm all done here. So I'm just going to flip you around so I can talk to you. There I am. Whoop. So thank you for joining me today. I'm sorry I ran a little long. It's been a couple of weeks. I will be back again next Tuesday with a new something. I don't know what yet, but hang on a second. Come here. Daisy, come. Daisy, come here. Come right here. Okay, I was going to show you Daisy, but she's not interested in being on camera, evidently. So, okay, everybody, have a wonderful week, and I hope to see some of you this weekend, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.